Hello everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video. I know, it's been a minute. I've had a hectic past couple of weeks. I was in a wedding, I got a cat, a lot's been going on. This is my baby. This is Indy. Say hi. Tell me he isn't the cutest cat you've ever seen in your life. Is that right? Okay, say bye. But nonetheless, we are back. And today is a very fun, very exciting video. It's one that I've been looking forward to making for a while because what we are about to unbox, I got in the mail like 2 days ago. And I've been waiting to actually open them up on camera, which I'm about to do now. So I'm very excited. Today, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be unboxing the Bookish box set of the Percy Jackson books. This is a limited edition, very special print of the book series. It is gorgeous and it's something I've wanted for a pretty long time, so I'm very excited to finally own them. As you can tell behind me, I have quite a couple of sets of the Percy Jackson books already. I've got the original print, I've got the soft covers, I've got the hard covers, and now I have these beauties. So let's go ahead and open them up. We're gonna go in book order, so starting with Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. The covers of each of these books and the spines of each of the books are different depending on what the book is. So for the Lightning Thief, obviously we have the Empire State Building, some lightning bolts, we've got the Minotaur head, we've got Capture the Flag helmets, we've got Medusa's head, and we have the flying shoes. On the back, it's got the prophecy of the book. You shall go west and face the god who has turned. You shall find what was stolen and see it safely returned. You shall be betrayed by one who calls you friend, and you shall fail to save what matters most in the end. Now, for the first time, let's go ahead and take this plastic wrap off of it. Is it ASMR? Oh my gosh, this is literally the most gorgeous book I think I've ever seen in my life. So here it is. It's leather bound. It's literally perfect. On the book pages side, there's a hand painting. I do believe this is supposed to be a painting of Camp Half-Blood. It is all just so detailed and so beautiful. Now we open it up. Oh my god. This is so cool. Even though that's not what it looks like in the show, I know that this is sort of what we all probably pictured when we were reading the books. And I know that the movie did something similar to this, but I think that this is so gorgeous. Now, this is a collaboration with Rick Riordan himself. So this first book in the series is actually legit autographed by him, which is really cool. So I now technically have Rick Riordan's autograph. The rest of the books have printed autographs from him, but this one is real. And then next, there's another page bound. I think this is the description of the Lightning Thief. Let's double check. This next page is a sort of self-made summary of the Lightning Thief. The rest of it is just the pages of the book. And it's the same painting on the other side. So that is it for the very first book of the Bookish box set. Gorgeous, 10 out of 10. I can't wait to display this in my house. Next, we have The Sea of Monsters, which I think I'm about to reread actually in very early anticipation of season 2 coming out. Like I said, I definitely need a refresher on this book. But based on what I'm looking at on the cover, the main picture I do believe is a hippocampy. I think that's what they're called. We've got a tree, I believe probably to symbolize Thalia's tree dying. We've got the chariot up top for the chariot race at the beginning of the book. We have sheep, which I think is probably going to indicate the golden fleece, I would assume. And down here it looks like we have an eye, maybe symbolic of Tyson. Question mark? And then at the very bottom, there's a side profile of a god, I would assume. I'm not 100% sure which god that's supposed to be. If I had to guess, maybe Dionysus. I don't know. I don't think Dionysus is normally portrayed with a beard, but the only other god I can think of that's in this book is Hermes, and Hermes is normally depicted to have a helmet on with wings on it. So you can comment who you think this side profile is supposed to be of. I got no idea. On the back, of course, is the prophecy that is given to Clarice in this book. You shall sail the iron ship with warriors of bone. You shall find what you seek and make it your own, but despair for your life, entombed within stone, and fail without friends to fly home alone. Now let's open it up. I love how these covers are reflective. It is genuinely so gorgeous. On the side, we have another painting of a hippocampy and just the ocean and the sky. Let's open her up. This is what the inside looks like. The inside of these books seem to be the full paintings of what is painted on the sides, which is super cool. We've got another Rick Riordan signature, this one of course being printed, not real. And then we have another summary of the book. I do have to say the quality of these book pages is like the best out of any book set that I own for Percy Jackson. Like the book pages are really, really thick, which is nice. Next, we have the Titan's Curse. The main picture of this one, of course, being Atlas holding up the sky. We've got the bust of Artemis, I want to say, because you can see her quiver strapped to her back. Down at the bottom, we also have a bow and arrow, I think probably once again symbolizing Artemis. We've got a little picture of someone's head here in one of the columns. It kind of just looks like Medusa again. I can't really tell. I don't know why Medusa would be on this book cover, but once again, if you guys can figure out who this is supposed to be, please let me know. We've got deer heads up top, which I also really can't remember why that would be significant. And of course, at the very top, we have a Pegasus, so this is probably going to be symbolizing blackjack. On the back, we have the prophecy that is given to Zoe Nightshade. 5 shall go west to the goddess in chains. 1 shall be lost in the land without rain. The bane of Olympus shows the trail. Campers and hunters combined prevail. The Titan's curse must one withstand, and 1 shall perish by a parent's hand. So let's open this one up. So the side of this book, I believe, is supposed to be the mountain that like Percy and Annabeth's dad and all of their friends drive up to get to the Garden of Hesperides, you know, where Artemis is like holding up the sky, Percy takes it from her, etc., etc. Y'all know, y'all read the book. At least I'm pretty confident that's what this is supposed to be. I don't think that this is supposed to be Mount Olympus. It could be Mount Othrys, which is like the base of the Titans, but whatever it is. It's gorgeous. It's stunning. We've got the same printed signature of Rick, and once again, another summary of the book. And then we have, of course, all the lovely, beautiful book pages. These are genuinely some of the most gorgeous books I have ever owned in my life. Next, we have Battle of the Labyrinth. In the middle, we have either Daedalus or his son Icarus with the wings flying up towards the sun. Up top, we have the eruption of Mount St. Helens, thanks to Percy himself. We've got a sand dollar, which is what Poseidon gives to Percy at the very end of this book. There's a whole bunch of skeleton skulls, which I do believe is supposed to symbolize Nico and him raising the dead. Next, we have what I believe is like the updated version of Luke's sword Backbiter, which is like a modified version of Kronos' scythe. And then we have a horn, which I can't really remember what that is. It might be the whistle that Percy uses to summon Mrs. O'Leary. It's not how I pictured the whistle to look like, but that's the only thing I can think of. And on the back, of course, is the prophecy that is given to Annabeth in this book. You shall delve in the darkness of the endless maze, the dead, the traitor, and the lost one raised. You shall rise or fall by the ghost king's hand, the child of Athena's final stand, destroy with the hero's final breath, and lose a love to worse than death. Let's open her up. The artwork of this one is Daedalus's workshop. This is probably my favorite inside art so far. Like, this is stunning. You've got the wings in the corner, his table, the windows. This is this is probably my favorite one so far. And of course, like on all the other books, the artwork continues all around the pages. Gorgeous. This is probably my favorite version so far, but we still have one more left, so let's check it out. Last, but certainly not least, we have The Last Olympian. The cover of this one has a lot going on, but that is to be expected considering the fact that The Last Olympian has a lot going on within itself. From what I can tell, the middle picture has Mount Olympus, a battle helmet, and Percy and Luke's swords. We've got a Pegasus at the bottom, a sword that's on fire, so maybe representing the cursed blade. We've got a fire pit, which is probably representing Hestia's fire. Up here, there's like a little vase with some engravings on it. I can't remember what that's for. And then at the top, we have the river Styx. On the back of this book is the Great Prophecy. A half-blood of the eldest gods shall reach 16 against all odds and see the world in endless sleep. The hero's soul cursed blade shall reap. A single choice shall end his days, Olympus to preserve or raise. Let's open this bad boy up. The painting of this one is going to be Mount Olympus. Here is it on the inside. Up top, we've got Zeus, and I think I want to say this is Athena simply just because I'm seeing an owl, but I'm not 100% sure. This one is also gorgeous, but I still think that my favorite inside artwork is definitely Battle of Labyrinth. And again, like the other ones, we've got the photocopy of Rick's signature and a summary of the book. This is seriously like the most beautiful book set that I own. I'm very excited to display this in my apartment. If you're interested in finding your own version of this set, they're not sold anymore because like I said, they were a limited edition. You can do your best to find them on reseller places like Mercari or eBay. I got these off of Mercari. But I will say, because these are limited edition, a lot of them are going for way, way, way too much. So if you are interested in finding your own version of this book set, just make sure you're not overpaying like a ridiculous amount. I'm not going to disclose how much I paid for these, but I know that I paid like a decent amount for what you would expect 5 hardcover books to be, plus the fact that they're limited edition. So just think about that if you're going to try and go on eBay and find your own version. I'd say out of all of the book sets I have of Percy Jackson, these might actually surpass the original prints that I have up here. These are iconic, obviously, and they are some of the most favorite things that I own, but these, come on, they're just gorgeous. So yeah, this book set is definitely a 10 out of 10. Shout out to Bookish and shout out to everybody who was involved in creating this set. It is just absolutely stunning. Let me know what you guys think of these book covers down in the comments below. And also, if you can figure out the things that I'm missing on these certain book covers, please let me know. I need a refresher of the book series. It's been a minute since I've read it. I definitely have to start my reread of Sea of Monsters very soon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a really fun time doing a sort of unboxing. It's also kind of a dream of mine to attempt to get every cover of The Lightning Thief that exists. Obviously, I have these behind me, and now I have this one, but there's so many like limited edition versions of this book, as well as like earlier prints than this. Like one has the flying shoes on it. There's a version of The Lightning Thief that has Cerberus on it. There's a whole bunch of different versions of the book, and so ideally, I'd like to find all of these copies and collect them and then review them. That's also something I'm doing with another one of my favorite books from Bridgerton, An Offer from a Gentleman. So if you guys liked the idea of this video, if you like the concept of me like unboxing and going into detail about all of the collectibles that I own, make sure you let me know because I'd love to do more videos about certain books that I own, certain collectibles that I have, etc., etc. But that pretty much does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.